quite often, how did I end up at TRA, or what brought me to TRA? And the easy answer is Mr. Scott offered me a job teaching science in middle school and coaching middle school softball at a time when I was looking for a job. But the easy answer doesn't really give credit to the power of the Holy Spirit working in your life when you're abiding in His will and you're acting in obedience. If I'm being completely honest, it wasn't always my plan to work in education. My plan, what I thought was the plan for my life, was to be a veterinarian. I loved animals. I grew up around animals. My first job was working for a veterinarian, and I was actively pursuing that path for my life when I started college. But I never felt completely at peace about it. I felt restless and kind of unsettled, and at the same time I was hearing the whisper and kind of feeling a tug from the Holy Spirit calling me into education. And just a little secret that you may not know about me is I'm a little stubborn sometimes, and I dug my heels in and I kind of tried to ignore it because I wanted to do what I wanted to do. And so I kept on that path longer than I probably should have, but from the moment I finally surrendered to that calling on my life, an immediate peace came over me, my life, and each step of my path from that moment of surrender to coming and starting my career at TRA has been ordained and blessed even before I even realized it. They say that hindsight is 20/20, and that's true to me now more than I ever realized that it was. And sometimes I wish we could see like a trailer or a preview into the future to see what our path looks like, what our life looks like, so that we can really appreciate how God is working things for good before we even realize it. You know, Jeremiah 29:11 tells us that He knows the plans He has for us, plans not to harm us, plans for a hope, for a future. And when I look back on the 16 years that I've been here at TRA, it's clear to me that God absolutely went before me, and He specifically prepared a place for me here in this school community. That first year that I started teaching here, He blessed me with a great friend who was walking the same path. Our friendship was rooted in our shared experience of being new teachers here together. And that same friend introduced me to her cousin, who is now my husband, and we'll have been married for 13 years in October. We have 2 sons who attend school here at TRA, and so many of life's big important milestones have happened for me here at TRA. And if I had stubbornly clung to my will, what I wanted for my life, I think it would look a lot different than it looks right now. Even when I can't see His hand at work, I think that that's exactly what it means in 2 Corinthians when it tells us to walk by faith and not by sight. He's working when He parts the sea. He's working when He closes the mouth of the lions, and He is still at work even when we don't see it that obviously or that clearly.